Hey everyone, I'm a few minutes early, so I'm going to wait until people come on. It's not quite 9 o'clock yet, so I'll give everybody a few minutes to come on. Hi Donna, hi Leslie, hi Gail, hi Pat, and Gloria. Good morning to you all. We're making today. We're gonna use a Cricut, but we're gonna use my sewing machine. And so this is for all you that got a sewing machine for Christmas and hasn't done anything with it because you've been doing your cricketing and maybe you got the sewing machine before and everything. We're going to be making these things today. These are my own version of dog bandanas. This is Teddy Bear's collar. And so I just wanted to kind of show you how these are different. So this is from Lola and it has the Velcro, which stays on pretty nicely. But when I first started making these, I actually made a long strap here and tied it on. And it would always be falling off. So I decided that I was going to do something like this that could actually be just slipped onto the collar like this. You see, you just slip the collar inside. It makes like a little pocket like this, and then you put this around the dog and it doesn't move. Isn't that great? And then it's big enough that you could put, depending on your fabric or whatever, you could put a little embellishment here, maybe an iron-on embellishment. We're not going to do that part today. We're just going to focus on the sewing and the cutting with the Cricut, cutting with the Cricut, and then cutting the fabric and then sewing. So good morning to everybody. Hello, Leslie, Gail, Pat, Shelly. Good morning. It might be sunshiny in your area, Shelly, but it's not here. It's very overcast. So anyway, if you have a dog or a cat even, you can make this. I have posted this free pattern on the community, and I will put it in the description of the video afterwards. At first, I was going to cut this out using my rotary blade, and actually this one here is done on with the rotary blade. It works fine, but not everybody has the maker and the rotary blade. So I started thinking, how could I do something that everybody could do? So I decided that I was going to use adhesive vinyl or Smart Paper Sticker Cardstock, because from cutting the fabric with the rotary blade, I then went to this, which is craft board. Okay, all right, enough already. Craft board's great. It's nice and sturdy. It's not like that thin pattern paper. You can use it over and over again. The only thing is that it sort of shifts around. So here is, I bought a yard of this fabric and I folded it in half. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you need 2 for each of these. So that means that each triangle is going to make 2. So I have 2, 4, 6. So I can get 6 of these on on using this pattern. So I can make 6 dog bandanas. So if this is something you have a lot of dogs in your life, or maybe you want to sell them, I don't know, or raise money for the Humane Society or something like that, this is going to work out beautifully. Let's first talk about how the Cricut end of this works. So let's move this out of the way. There's going to be a lot of moving things out of the way today. So here is my maker, and I'm going to take, no, it's not my maker, it's my Explore 3, And so this could be done on your Explorer, any Explorer. Doesn't have to be the 3, doesn't have to be the Maker 3. And I'm going to open it up. And I have a choice of these two. This is Smart Paper Sticker Cardstock. We've done that before. But let's say you have a vinyl. Maybe it's a color that you have a lot of. So this is Smart Vinyl that's orange that I have a lot of. But you could also, remember, use your regular vinyl. So if you're one of those people like, why do they put so much vinyl in the mystery boxes? Here's a good use of the vinyl, so you don't feel like you're wasting, you know. So here we go. So I'm going to operate this machine with my iPad. So the first thing that I need to do is, let me just start from scratch. I need to go to my settings and choose the Explore 3 to connect. It's already connected. Okay, that's my Bluetooth setting. And you can see that my blue light is shown up here. That means it's connected via Bluetooth. You still need to connect it to electrical, but this is a Bluetooth connection. Okay, not everybody has this kind of connection. Some people direct connect with a cable. I do that actually. I don't always use my Bluetooth, but then we're going to open up Cricut Design Space, and I am going to navigate to my projects in the cloud. And here is my fabric. All right, here's my fabric dog bandana pattern. I want to show you something that I did here. Is I added a what's called a guide, so that I could just kind of tell you guys if you happen to, pick this up. It says cut 2 with the rotary blade. Or otherwise you can cut 1 with craft board, vinyl, or smart sticker paper. So how did I put that guide in? Let me show you. When you come down to operation, it's under edit. Okay. So where's my, I think it's under edit. Where did they put it? Edit. All right. I'm not seeing it, but I don't know why. But it is a way that you can change this to, maybe it's not on iPad. Maybe I made it and maybe you can't. Oh, here it is. No, guide. So what I did was I added a guide right here. All right. And I can draw with a pen and put a gel pen, and then I hit apply. And then I just start typing and add that. So that's what that is. You don't have to hide it because it's a guide. Okay. And then this is a very simple pattern. So we're going to hit make it. And for some reason this has changed. So it's, I don't like it when I'm wrong. I mean, it was supposed to be a guide. So I'm just going to hide it. All right, here we go. So this is what we're going to cut out. We're going to hit make it, and you can see it's about 12 by 12 inches. This works perfect. It's like about a size large. You could make them smaller if you wanted to, but this works for my dogs. They're medium-sized dogs. Okay, so then I have this on without a mat, so I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to choose, let's do the first one we're going to cut out with our Smart Paper Sticker Cardstock. I'm going to put this in. And then I'm going to hit go. The guinea pigs are making noise today. I don't know why. I fed them all and everything. All right. So it's just sizing it up. And then we are going to hit go, the flash and go, just like that. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this is that it's adhesive backed. So when you're putting it on your fabric, it stays. It doesn't move, which I really like, because using pins sometimes, I'm not exactly, as you guys know, I'm kind of a clumsy person. So here is my Smart Paper Sticker Cardstock. But again, you could use vinyl. I did use vinyl earlier. And here are, let's just move this out of the way to get our fabric. So I already cut out fabric here, and I was able to fit, as I said, 3 of these on. So I put one here this way and then here this way. You're going to want to consider your fabric. If it's kind of like, if it's got diagonals or whatever, you're going to want to think about that. And actually that is something I thought about here with the mermaids, because I put the mermaids on upside down. I probably shouldn't have done it that way. And then on the back, I actually put the mermaids right side up. So it's something you want to consider if you've not ever done any sewing before. And there's whole like YouTube videos that talk about how to cut patterns, but we're just going to assume that you guys know some basic sewing. So here's my pattern. It's on the sticker paper, which is great. And so I'm going to take it and put it on my folded. It's folded 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to use, now you could use a rotary blade, like, you know, a handheld rotary blade for this, or you can use your regular scissors. Make sure they're sharp enough for fabric, but see what I mean? I don't have any pins on here. I am just simply cutting this out and using my Smart Sticker Cardstock as my pattern. You see? Isn't this great? I have to tell you, when I first got corgis, oops, I messed up. I'll fix this. When I first got corgis, this was back right at the turn of 2000, right? When I first got corgis, I was so like into putting decorations on them. Like, so every Christmas and every holiday, they had their own special bandanas and everything. They really, really liked it. And that's actually when I got my my sewing machine. So my sewing machine is nothing fancy. It's nothing brand new. It's just simply a sewing machine, but it's a workhorse. And I also want to know if you guys want to do more sewing projects, because I'm happy to do sewing projects. I love to make, I'm not a big like maker of clothes, but I love to make home deck stuff, like just little things. I've done curtains. My mom taught me, actually. So here I am cutting it out. Now I do have pinking shears, and you could get pinking shears, and we could get all crazy about this, but just kind of wanted you to know that's how you would cut it out, using your little adhesive, and then you can just peel it off. You could also just kind of stick it back on there if you plan to make more with a different fabric. But here we go. Here's our 4 pieces, just like that. And you see, you could again use pinking shears or a rotary blade to cut this out. Just make sure you're using the proper layment on here, so you don't cut through your table or anything. So now we need to get our sewing machine and put this together. All right. I might have to go a little higher here just so you guys can see everything. All right. So again, this is my sewing machine. It's nothing fancy. I'll make sure that it even turns on. Last time I used this for real was when we were all making masks. Remember, we were all making masks? So I'm going to take 2 pieces of fabric of my cutout, you see, and I'm going to put them facing each other, just like this, and try to line them up best you can. and we put them facing each other. Now, if you want, you can put pins. I have my pin cushion here. I think I might just put like one pin in the middle just to kind of hold it. I don't want to be fussing with a lot of pins. And so there you go. Now I have my machine. It's all threaded, and I have my bobbin in there. And yes, I know my thread is white. I did that on purpose so you could kind of see what I was doing. But normally I would have matched the thread. Okay. So I'm just going to start here. Where's my presser foot? Okay, here it is. And I am going to start at the top edge, and I am actually going to go all the way here through the top. All right, and then I'm going to stop about 1/4 of an inch. Turn my material, get down to this corner, and turn my material. When you get down to that point, stop about 1/4 of an inch before. If you get it a little before that, you can kind of move it. So we're creating a very defined line here. All right. Now, when you get to the last section, you're going to leave it open. See that section? You're going to leave it open. So I'm actually going to do a little back sewing just to kind of hold that in place. All right. And hold on. Come on. All right. So we're not done with sewing yet. Here is our sewed piece. I'm going to take my scissors and cut off all of my little strands here at the beginning. And if I have a little extra coming over here. So there is some here and some here. All right. I'm also going to, because I want this really to have a nice sharp corner, I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to clip my little, where it is bent. So we're going to clip it. Do not clip through the sewn part. But this reduces the bulk when we turn this inside out. Okay. So, and you can, if you made a too long of an edge, like right here, I did a little bit longer. But remember, we're not making fitted clothes for, for runway models here. So we can be, a little fudgy on these things. And these are the sort of things, the sort of projects that are fun to make, because if you mess up, you can sort of fix it. All right. So there I did. I clipped all of my corners, and I'm going to, at the open spot, reach in and turn this inside out. Okay. Now this is helpful because you want to obviously make it into the proper triangle, So here we go. And the easy way to do that, for me anyway, is I take my closed scissors and I go down and I just sort of make sure I push out to where that sewn edge is, you see? So you have to do that all around. Oh, what's going on with those guinea pigs? But they're really loud today. They keep, like, whenever they're like sort of hungry or want attention, they rattle their food bowls. Okay. All right. So now we have it's almost complete. It's sort of halfway completed, and I am going to actually get out my mini easy press. I'm going to put it on medium, and you see that because there's a seam here, it's sort of rounded here. So what we're going to do is we're going to press it all the way around, and then we're going to top stitch it. Okay. But we also have to turn in this edge because we have to close this up. So we're going to turn it in and then just press it. This part, if you feel like you can get around this part, you don't want to do it or whatever, you can skip this part, but this does make it look much more professional. All right, so I'm basically turning that edge in here. I'm trying to make it so that it's going to, sorry, I have a pin in my mouth. Bad habit, Rita. Hold on. Okay. This is not quite right, but I'll fix it when I do the sewing part. All right. So I have my mini and I'm just going to press here. I want to make sure that those seams are as close to the edge as they can be. Yeah. Hey, Kirsten, how are you? Nice to see you. Right. So we're going, as I've mentioned in that prior thing, we're going to our City Pride event on, I think I'm going to take at least Teddy Bear. I don't know. I don't think I can handle all 3 dogs in public unless Owen helps me, and I'm not sure if he's going to be coming. So I'm going to take at least one of them. So I want them to look all dressed up for Pride, you know? So that's kind of fun. And here, I'm going to just take away the pins. All right. Take away the pins and try to fold this in. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing over there. Okay. So again, that part's optional, but I think it makes it look really professional. And now we are going back to the sewing machine. Let's grab that sewing machine. And we're first going to sew over here to close this up. Okay. And again, I'm using white thread because I want you to see how this is sewn and it shows up better on this fabric. But if you were to do this on a similar fabric, match it with something like whether it's black or red or something. All right. And then we're going to carefully sew all around the edges like this. Oops. There. Yeah. Okay, almost done. And this is an old machine that I haven't worked on for 2 years, actually. Okay, come to the end. I'm using my back stitch. If I can get my back stitch to work. Okay. I think I might need a new sewing machine. I've had this one for 20 years, but all right, here we go. So there is almost done. You got a really nice, neat bandana here. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to fold over this to this edge right here. Now, at this point, you have to really consider your dog's collar. So here's teddy bear's collar. Yes, he has hot dogs on his collar. And sometimes I think this is what, a half an inch or 3/4 of an inch collar. But if you have thicker collars, you're going to have to make an accommodation for this, okay? Which means if you have a thicker collar, you might need to add on another inch or so here, because then what we're going to do is fold it over right here. We can put a little pin here. Okay, can fold it over, and then once we sew it, we can be able to put it through this little pocket that we're creating. Okay, and I remove the pin because I don't want to ruin my needle. Try to get on the original, like, so you don't have a duplicate line if you can. If not, again, you know, it's a dog bandana. So this is a great way if you are just starting out with sewing to sort of just like make mistakes and stuff like that. That's what I like about it. Dogs don't mind. Kids, maybe they might mind, but dogs don't care. And I firmly believe that dogs do know when they're looking pretty good and somebody is commenting on their bandana. So the last part would be to take their leash or their collar and scoot it through here. And through this hole. Might take a little doing, but there you go. And now your dog is dressed to impress for whatever holiday you choose. Now, one of the fun things about these is that you can shop the sales, the fabric sales. So I just wanted to show you a couple of these fabrics that I got on clearance. So look at this one. I thought this was kind of fun. It's a llama, so that's kind of cool. This one here I'm going to do for the summer for the dogs. It's a intentionally faded 1969 Woodstock. Wouldn't that look cute? But for like 4th of July. And then I got this lovely stars that I thought maybe Halloween or something like that, or maybe Pride, I don't know. And then for August, I got this. I thought this was really kind of funky and cool. So what I did was I bought a yard of each, but they were on clearance. So let's see. These two were on clearance for like $3 or $4. So you can buy just a yard. Now I have 3 dogs and I am able to make what? 2, 4, 6 of them out of a yard. If you're going to use something like a fat quarter, which is what I used for this, you need to have 2 fat quarters. You can either do that are matching, so you can have, you know, the one in the back and the other side, and then you can flip them over if you wanted to, or you could do the same thing with these. But I'm just saying, if you happen to pick up fat quarters, which when they're on sale are about $1 or $1.50 at Joann's, okay, and that is how to create these adorable dog collars, dog bandanas. I can take you through it once again, just since we haven't used up a lot of time. So again, we cut these out using our cutouts that we use on smart sticker paper or vinyl. It's up to you what you want to do. And then we're going to take and put these 2 layers, 1 layer, and then we face them like this. All right, try to match them up. And then we sew all around. We leave this part open. And then we turn the fabric sew, then we do a little pressing of the seams, and then we sew all around again. And then once we have it inside out, we fold it like this and sew right across. Could not be simpler. Could not be simpler. And yeah, you can, at the end when you're done, if you want to, you could cut out something on your Cricut. There's a bunch of really cool sayings, and I will also, I curated a bunch of sayings, so I will also post that for you, in case you're looking for them. There's some that say, uh, I'm still hungry. There's let me just show you. So let's go back to, we'll save this and let's go back, okay, to here. These are sassy dog bandanas. So let's just have a look at a few of them. We have the Master of Disaster, Shoe Thief, Handsome Devil, Squirrel Chaser, Spoiled Rotten, Obedient School Dropout, and Diva. Now, if I want to cut these out using Cricut iron-on, or any kind of iron-on really, obviously I need to make them the proper size. And so when you are making that size, you do need to sort of consider how big is the bandana. So I would say don't put it on this part and don't put it on this part. So that would be, let's see, 1, 2, about 3 inches tall, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a 3 by 4. And also, these are multicolored. So before you go to cut them out, unless you want to cut out multicolors and layer them, which would be a fun way to practice your layering, you would just weld these so that they were all the same color. Okay. And then you could just weld these just like this. Let's make sure this is the right size. Weld. And that's already one color, and weld. Now, once you do that, if you want to cut them all out of, say, white or whatever, you will need to sync the colors. So you go up here to sync, and you can move these all into the same color by doing this. It's a little different on your desktop, but this also can be done on the iPad. All right. So I synced these all. And then when I go hit to make it, depending on what I'm going to cut it on, if I cut it without the mat, then using Smart Materials, I can sort of move these around so I don't use a whole lot of Smart Materials. And again, you can move them like this if you want, but remember, you have to mirror your images. So go up here and choose mirror. Okay. Once you do that, you'll see that these two are touching. So I got to move them out of the way. Let's see. There we go. This one here, I'm actually going to hide. Let's just hide that. Okay. And then we'd go ahead and hit next and then cut them out and then add them to the bandanas. I think that's for another day. And so we'll discuss that for another day on how to decorate them. Maybe tomorrow we're going to be working on garden flags. We're going to actually be using infusible ink on garden flags that are intended for sublimation. As long as they come in time. I ordered them a couple of days ago, so I'm hoping that they arrive today, and we can do an infusible ink garden flag for our gardens, the little ones, not the ones you hang up. They're about, I think they're like 17 by 12. So we're going to be doing that. I'm going to show you how to set it up so that it's all like covered with infusible ink as well. So that is today's lesson. Yeah, it's really unique and very easy. And I will send you the link for the garden flags. Sure, Leslie. Okay. So everybody clear on how this works. So if you have a dog and a sewing machine, and of course we know you have Cricut, so here's a great way to just have some fun with your sewing machine again, because they're fun. They're a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that I have this sewing machine, even though I don't take very good care of it. Anyway, so I'm going to be putting these on. I'm going to make 2 more, one for Lola and one for Benjamin. And we're going to be sporting these all month. And then we'll switch over maybe to the flags. Isn't that fun? All right, everybody, that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed. Now remember that we have our giveaways going on. We won't pick the winner until the end of the month, so every day you can enter your name once, and then at the end of the month you'll have, you know, multiples. And then when I choose it using the random generator, if you have multiple entries, then you have a higher likelihood of winning. So I'm just encouraging you to put your name in today and every day until the end of the month when we choose the winners. This month I'm giving away a Cricut Bright 360 in your choice of color. You can get the Zen Blue or the brand new Indigo. And then I'm also giving away, I think, six paper packs that I have curated myself. Includes a mat, or at least 2 mats, and a blade as well, and all paper. So that's going to be kind of fun. Yeah, and that way, you know, I've got short dogs, so I'm going back to these. So on my Gwen and Gus, I used to have my first 2 corgis were named Gwen and Gus, and I would make these all the time, but I would make them with the long strips, and they were constantly unraveling and stepping on them, and then they'd fall off or get dirty because they're short dogs, you know, and they just would step on them. So this is a great way if you have a low to the ground dog that maybe can't really keep those bandanas on. It's right attached there. If you didn't want to do this sort of pouch method, for instance, if you had like a greyhound collar that's completely round, you could put some right here instead of sewing here. You could put a little strip of Velcro so that it could Velcro, or you could even put the Velcro on the dog's collar and just sort of Velcro it to the dog's collar. But this one works for me. You have 3 sewing machines. Yikes. How do I measure? For the dog, you mean, Shirley? I will show you my guys. Yes, Donna, thank you. I'm actually going to be working with the Cricut folks so that you can get your prize. All right. So don't worry about that. It has something to do with the way Cricut does Canadian addresses. It's not you. Yeah. Oh, no access to fabric. Well, you know, I have ordered, by the way, from fabric.com. They have a nice system. These I actually went to the store and bought at Joann's, and they had some really nice novelty pieces. And I actually got some that have tacos on it, and I was thinking that would make a great bandana. But actually I want to show you how to make those little pincher pot pinchers. They kind of like this, you know, you stick your fingers in there. So we're going to be doing that sometime this summer. Okay. All right, everybody. That's it for me for today. I'll see you again tomorrow. Love ya tomorrow. Have a great day, and get some crafting.